Last week, we got back about half of our losses on mortgage rates from the week before. 2 weeks ago, rates worsened about 0.5% in total for the whole week. But last week, they improved back by about 0.25%. So we're still off about 0.25% from where we were 3 weeks ago, but we made some progress last week. What's happening in the news that is impacting this? Well, tariffs continue to dominate the headlines, as you can imagine. We've now seen polls that indicate Americans have an increased fear of a recession because of these tariffs. In fact, almost half of Americans think that we'll see a recession in the next year based on these tariffs. And maybe more importantly, foreign investors now are continuing to move money out of U.S. bonds and U.S. equities because they're worried about the impact of their investments as the tariff talks continue to escalate. So we'll keep a close eye on tariffs all week this week. In housing news last week, a little bit of a dichotomy. We saw an increase in builder confidence on Wednesday, but then housing starts and building permits actually decreased as that data was given out later last week. What do we expect this week? Well, first of all, we'll hear from lots of Fed speakers. Now, these Fed speakers continue to talk about inflation and how tariffs might impact inflation and how they're going to set monetary policy based on that, but really they just don't know. As far as this week, we don't have a whole lot of data coming out that we expect to move the needle in rates. We do have some housing data with new home sales on Wednesday and existing home sales on Thursday, but no big inflationary reports this week. So really, all eyes in the marketplace will focus on what is happening in tariffs. Will the rhetoric continue to escalate? Is this China-US trade war thing going to happen? Is it going to get out of hand? And we're really seeing history kind of being made here. Where does that leave us with rates? Well, 30-year back under 7%. We're at 6.87%. Again, last week we were at like 7.07, so around 0.25% better. The 15-year is at 6.28%, and the FHA 30-year is at 6.36%. Remember, those rates are according to Mortgage News Daily. If you'd like a personal rate quote, I would love to do that for you. Just give me a call. You've heard me talk about this. I'm sort of beating a dead horse here, but it's super important. If you were paying attention, you saw interest rates drop and then bounce within the span of about a week. We lost almost a full percentage point and then worsened back by a full percentage point over the next 2 weeks. So we expect to see this volatility. If you have a rate that you want to refinance at, you need to let us know what that rate is. We need to have a conversation and put you in our Rate Watch program so that when that rate's available, we can immediately lock your loan and begin the processing of it without even having to reach out to you, because I promise you, when these rates drop, the phones just start ringing off the hook. And we're trying to help everybody, and the people that are easiest to help are the ones we have in our Rate Watch program. So if you have questions about it or you'd like some more information on it, please pick up the phone and give us a call at Weber Mortgage 823-6701. Remember, we are a family in the business of helping families.